Where are we going?
Hey folks, we're heading all over the country this weekend. First of all, we're heading towards Kendal in Cumbria, to a place I believe is called Wimfell Tarn, where there is a hooded merganser. This is an American waterbird. This has been around for a while. I've been looking forward to going to see it, so we're going to head there now. Then we're going to head south tomorrow towards Derbyshire, and then possibly then towards North Norfolk, and then after that, who knows, we'll see what's about.
After a 2-hour drive, a movie in the car and sleep, we woke up in Cumbria. Good morning folks, I'm hoping you can hear me because it's very windy and it's reasonably cold. We're parked in Cumbria, the Lake District. It's not far from Kendal. Where we parked overnight was just a little lay-by by a country road, really close to the M6, but you couldn't hear it.
Morning. It's a little better out the wind. It's pretty chilly out there for this time of year. This place we parked was quite exposed. We're heading to Wimfell Tarn now to look for the hooded merganser. It's a waterbird from America, so fingers crossed for that one. It's about 7 in the morning.
It is.
So we're going to try and get a few birds in today, so keep with us, it could be good.
We headed on a short 12-minute trip through country lanes to Wimfell Tarn, which was like a big farm pond. When we arrived, we couldn't see anything. We had a search round. I saw a couple of birds, like a lesser black-backed gull, and on the opposite side of the pool, a heron fishing. Very soon, the hooded merganser we were after popped into sight in front of us. We were on our own, there were no other birders there, so we stood and watched it for a short while. It had a preen, bit of a swim around, and then went to sleep. She's looking at it. We are at Wimfell Tarn. The hooded merganser is here. It's basically right in front of us. It's a bit of a distance, and you can see it from the road. It's currently sleeping, but it has been preening a little, so I've got a little bit of footage. But excellent, that's the first bird of the day, and that is a lifer. We've got about 2.5 hours till our next destination, so unless something else turns up. So please stick with us. We've got no clue. It's a bit of a tour of the UK today. We said goodbye to the hooded merganser that had woken up now and headed southeast.
Where are we going?
We're going to South Yorkshire, which I thought was going to be Derbyshire, but actually it's South Yorkshire. We're going to, I think it's Oldmoor RSPB Reserve. There's a male ring-necked duck there, which is an American duck. We have seen one before briefly. It was a female. This time it's a male, so it's really worth seeing. And there might even be black-necked grebe there, which would be amazing because that's a lifer for both of us. It's a couple of hours, so keep with us.
After 2.5 hours, we arrived at RSPB Durham Valley Oldmoor.
Now we've finally loaded Kaylee up with all of her birding equipment and everything. We're going to head into Oldmoor RSPB. It's an RSPB I've never been to before, so this is all new. It's really busy actually. Yeah. I'm hoping it's going to be good, but we'll keep you apprised and see what we see here. Should be interesting.
After a quick stop in one of the hides to have a look at the big colony of black-headed gulls, we hot-footed it to the hide where the ring-necked duck had been seen. When we arrived, there were some other birders in there who said it was asleep in some willows, unfortunately out of sight. We stuck around watching some of the other birds there, like the tufted ducks. Also, there was a gadwall in front of us, pretty close in. And on the opposite side of the pool, at quite a distance, a tawny owl in an owl box. We looked back and scanned the water a little further to see this lovely redshank wading about in the shallows. As I moved to another window to have a look out, a great crested grebe swam right in front of me. Some of the other ducks that were present in abundance were pot-charred. Also, there was an awful lot of tufted duck, a big group of them, a lot of males with one female, were swimming about with what looked like the males displaying to the female. And right in front of the hide there was a very loud sedge warbler. After a while, we decided to give up on the ring-necked duck and the black-necked grebes.
Oh, sad face. We didn't get the ring-necked duck, although it had been seen this morning. Yeah, so there was some other cool stuff. We didn't get black-necked grebe either. That hadn't been seen today, apparently. Anyway, so we're heading a bit of a way now. We're going to North Norfolk, heading first for Snettisham, where we've been told of some turtle doves, which would be nice, and maybe later on to see some dotterel. Fingers crossed, that would be good. Apparently they're at quite a distance, so stick with us. We've got a couple of hours drive, about 2.5 hours, so see you in a bit.
We headed back on the road for another 2.5 hour drive.
Look who's driving.
Things changed.
Yeah. I felt sleepy, so someone took over. Safety first.
Hey folks, here at Snettisham in North Norfolk after a couple of hours drive. Apparently a couple of turtle doves have been seen here today, which is what we're after, but it's a bit of a needle in a haystack. It's a big space. So we're going to spend a little time having a look here, and then after that head to see some dotterel. That should be good. So I've been looking around for a while. We did bump into a very helpful chap who said he'd seen one in a conifer. We got to the conifer and they weren't there. I saw 2 potential doves fly by that could maybe have been the turtle doves. So we're just going to have a pretty, I suppose, thorough search of the area in the hope that we might find them before our next move. Stay with us.
After walking up the path for a while and seeing plenty of pigeons, we finally heard and found a turtle dove sitting on a wire.
Guess what Kaylee's looking at?
Turtle dove.
She found a turtle dove. It's certainly not close and the light's appalling, but still, we've seen it. It's just over there on the telegraph wire. And yeah, it's another lifer for both of us. Woo!
After a small portion of chips and another drive, we arrived at our next destination.
Hi folks, we're here near Choseley Drying Barns in Norfolk, trying to look for a couple of dotterel. We've seen a couple of hares already, which is kind of cool.
There's loads in this field.
There's a ton in this field, but we're looking for some dotterel. Apparently there's 2 of them and they're at the opposite side of the field, which should be fun. Stick with us.
These dotterel were supposed to have been at the far side of a field. We scanned the field for quite a while, saw plenty of hares, a number of red-legged partridges, quite a few wood pigeons, but no sign of the dotterel. We did get a very brief view of a marsh harrier flying over, but after such a long time, we decided the dotterel had probably left or moved to another field, so we called it a day.
So, disappointment with the dotterel. We scanned the field for about 1.5 hours. We saw lots of other things like hares, deer, wood pigeons, red-legged partridge, but definitely we did not see the dotterels. So, after a little bit of disappointment, we're going to head and try and get some food, as it's 8:30 in the evening now, getting dark. And tomorrow, well, let's see what it brings. Stay with us.
The following morning, we woke up in Lincolnshire.
Good morning folks, it's Sunday morning. We parked up near the Wash in Lincolnshire on a car park. There was our car and one other camper. It's not as early as we usually get up. We had quite a good sleep. And we're going to head up the coast, and I can't remember the name of the RSPB. There's an RSPB we're going to, and there's apparently a blue-winged teal there, or there was one there yesterday.
So fingers crossed we'll get that today. That will be super. And then unfortunately I think after that we may have to head home. Keep with us for this though, hey?
Good morning, folks. We're on the road and we're heading towards RSPB Freeston Shore, which is in southern Lincolnshire. Not on the reserve, but very near it. There's apparently a blue-winged teal. So we're going to try and hit that this morning. It's potentially the last lifer of the weekend. So stick with us.
Hello.
Morning.
We're at the RSPB reserve, walking towards where the blue-winged teal hopefully has been seen. We're really hoping we're going in the right direction. Yeah.
You never know.
Join us, let's see if we find it. When we got to the reserve, we hot-footed it along the path towards the ramshackle screen that overlooks a little pool. This is apparently where the blue-winged teal had been seen. When we arrived, it wasn't obvious. There were black-headed gulls and a number of tufted duck that were on the pool. There were also some mallard. Flying around and landing near the pool, there was some very lively skylark. Eventually, Kaylee spotted some sleeping birds on the bank. Some were widgeon, but soon enough we found what we thought might be the blue-winged teal sleeping. And after a short wait, we were proved right. The little duck had a wander around and then rested again and went back to sleep. This duck, like the hooded merganser at the start of the video, are waterbirds that are both from the United States of America. So great birds to see in the UK. Also, we had the pool to ourselves. As we left, there were lots of other bird watchers heading our way. So we let them know where to see the duck. We found it. Oh.
Back at spotting as well.
Yeah. She thought she'd lost it when she couldn't find the doctoral last night. Yeah, we found it. Blue-winged teal, American duck. We were the only people here. It was on the far bank, so it wasn't very close. So the footage is brief and shaky because it was asleep for most of the time. But still, it's here, it's a lifer, and it's in the bag. Woo! Whoa! Got my fingers in front of the camera. Hey folks, that's the end of it. So we're heading home now. We've had a great weekend. We've had 3 lifers. Blue-winged teal, hooded merganser, both American, and turtle dove, which is a ever rarer bird in the UK, which is ace. We didn't get the dotterel this time, and we didn't get the ringneck duck. We've had that before, or the black-necked grebe, which we may get in the future. But a really cool weekend, and we got to see a lot of the UK. So keep watching, please like,
Please subscribe,
and please press the notification bell for future videos. Keep with us. Thank you.
Bye.